The best part of waking up.
Oh, hey, y'all. It's me, Betty Jean Baker. And this is the Betty Jean Baker Show. First, we drink the coffee. Then we feed the children. On today's episode, we are gonna make a vintage school lunch. Then we are going to take those ingredients and level them up into a Dragzilla Extravaganza lunch lady treat. Oh, a school lunch in the cafeteria was so good. Back in the 70s, it was good. I don't know what kind of shit they're serving the children now. You know, I idolized one of our lunch ladies. Her name was Miss Ludie Mae Stogner. How glamorous she looked. I'll tell you what Miss Ludie Mae always had. She had the biggest hair in the hairnet, and she had the highest rising biscuits. And I always thought, two of the things I need to aspire to in life is to have big old hair and the biggest biscuit. Y'all remember what was on the lunch tray? I got one right here. Let me tell you. These are some of my favorites. I loved Sloppy Joe Days. Tater tots. Of course, a little tossed salad. Miss Betty Jean loves a tossed salad. The salad would always have a little French dressing. You know, that's probably the last damn time I saw French dressing. Is it in the store still? And why is it French? Maybe because it smells like body odor. We had these big old yeast rolls. A big old yeast roll like this was basically currency in the cafeteria. And it was like the yeast roll mafia. You had to trade, buy, sell. Like yeast roll, Junior Wall Street. That's how I learned how to invest money. Yeast rolls. Another delicious treat in the cafeteria was called peanut butter delight. Now, if y'all ain't never had this no-bake cookie, where you been? Where you been? God almighty, it's good. Now, I don't know why in the 70s they thought this was part of a balanced, nutritious diet because it's just a big old block of peanut butter flavored sugar. You'll notice that my cousin Teensy's on the side of this milk carton, but y'all shouldn't worry because she was just missing for a few days. We found her in Bennettsville at the parking blow waiting for a chili cheese dog in the parking lot.
Come on in and get a deal. Quincy's has your favorite meal. It's
a big old fat yeast roll. The first thing we're gonna do is make a big fat yeast roll. Y'all, I found an original lunch lady menu and the recipes from 1972. Before we get started, make sure you click like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. The first thing we're gonna have to do is proof your yeast. I lived with a girl. She called her mama on the phone and said she had a yeast infection. Her mama said, well, honey, you know, yogurt is good for that. A couple of weeks later, I said, girl, are you okay? And she said, I don't know. I've been putting that yogurt down there for about 2 weeks and nothing has changed. We're gonna put this yeast. Now, it doesn't matter if it's quick start yeast. I proof it anyway, so to make sure the yeast is still active. I'm gonna put that in 1.5 cups of warm water. Here's a tip about your warm water. It always says like a baby's bath. Well, I don't know what damn baby y'all bathing because it needs to be hotter than that to activate this yeast. If you put a baby in that temperature water, you done scalded that baby, and you need to have the Department of Social Services come and take that baby away. Very warm water so it will activate that yeast. Because it's live critters or something in there, you got to feed it some sugar, a teaspoon of sugar, and then we're gonna stir it around with an invisible fork. I was invisible. And then we're gonna stir that yeast around, and then we're gonna let it sit for about 15 minutes while it bubbles up. And it should look frothy and foam, almost like a beer that's got a head on it. Head. I have already put 5 cups of all-purpose flour in this bowl. Now, our yeast has proofed, and it's a little foamy, and we're gonna pour that yeasty mixture We're gonna pour that yeasty mixture. That's just nasty. There's no way to say it that sounds good. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. 1 egg, slightly beaten. Not bruised, but just a little beaten. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/3 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of shortening. So we're just gonna put these ingredients together and we're gonna let this dough rise. Thinking about that cafeteria food made me remember sitting in the cafeteria, and we always had to sit in alphabetical order. I had to sit right across from Stevie Thunderbird. He was the best looking thing I'd ever seen. He used to beg me to trade my Coulis drink. Y'all remember Coulis? Coulis, orange Coulis, lemon Coulis, Coulis fruit punch, Coulis in the morning, Coulis at lunch, natural fruit flavors, orange, lemon, punch, Coulis, Coulis. That's the real song, y'all! One day he'd been trading with everybody and he had about 7 cartons of milk and 6 coulis and about 4 rolls and a couple of peanut butter bars, and he ate all of that. And then he was laughing, and all of a sudden he started shooting milk out of one nostril and coulis out of another. It looked like the damn Exorcist. I was still attracted. Speaking of the Exorcist, my mama and my stepdaddy took me to the drive-in movie theater as a child. I was probably 10 years old, and I sat in that back seat and I could hear that devil's voice, and it scared the shit out of me. And my mama's up there laughing. She thought it was all fake and phony, and like she was just laughing, thought it was hilarious. I was terrified, y'all. And I must have said Hail Mary about 7,000 times waiting for Jesus to come and get me. When her head went around backwards, I almost had a heart attack. Y'all, so after that dough has had a chance to double up in size, you're gonna punch it down. Ain't that some shit? Just when some dough's getting a good life going, you gotta take a dough down. Then we're gonna divide that dough up into 12 pieces. Here's my trick. Right before you put those yeast rolls in the oven, whip up an egg wash the top of those rolls, and it'll make them golden crunchy brown. And my secret trick is I put a little salt on top of every one of those rolls, and it makes it like a salty pretzel. It's so good, y'all. So we're gonna pop those in the oven at 350 degrees. That's 350. All right.
You've got mail.
All right, let's take a peek. All right, let's take a peek. All right, let's take a peek. All right, all right, let's take a peek. Oh, do Jesus. Look at these big ass rolls. Big ass rolls. We stopped making bread at home. You know why? Because people's lazy. You should treat yourself to these God almighty good rolls. And you don't even know how big they are. Let me show you something. This is a regular size Diet Coke. And look at them damn rolls. And look at my hands. All right, let's have a taste. God almighty. God almighty. I was going to say I was going to call Miss Lutie Bell and thank her, but she's been dead for about 42 years. You know, when Miss Lutie Bell died, they had to extend her coffin to put her hair in. Rest your soul, Lutie Bell. Rest your soul.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
Y'all, next we are making lunch lady style sloppy joes. And I've put a pound of ground beef in this pan with a little bit of oil. While this meat's about to brown, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about my friend. Her name was JoJo McManus. And we called JoJo Sloppy Joe for short. You know, when we were growing up together in the 70s, you would see those ads in the back of a comic book, sell this and make money. So if I sold seeds, I went door to door selling Bible stories. And this one time, JoJo McManus and I got together and we were gonna sell lavender color plastic frames with pictures of scenes from the Bible. We got on our bicycles and we were selling them. We were selling them like hotcakes because it was a small southern town. Nobody gonna turn away buying a picture of Jesus from a little child. And JoJo says, I got to go to the bathroom. And I said, JoJo, we ain't got time to go to the bathroom. We got to sell these pictures of the Lord. And I said, listen, we are not turning around right now. All of these people around here got money and they all go to First and Second Baptist Church and they gonna buy some of these pictures. But we went to walk up to the next house. I looked back and JoJo had laid her bicycle with banana seat on the curb and she was walking toward me real slow. I said, JoJo, what the hell? What are you doing? What are you doing? And she said, I can't go any faster. And I said, why? She said, I sold. And I said, you what? It hit me. We had to stop selling our religious picture frames and go right home. And JoJo had to stand up. She couldn't sit down the whole way. And it was about 6 miles. And from then on, her nickname was Sloppy Joe. So the meat has started to brown and I'm gonna add in 1 small onion. We're gonna add 1 small can of tomato sauce. 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard. Then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. About 20 minutes until it boils down and gets good and saucy, and you pile that on a bun. Delicious! Y'all, do you know what kind of sandwich Dolly Parton eats when she's on a diet? A sloppy Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Do you know why Dolly Parton's waist is so small already? Because nothing grows in the shade. You just get a little bun and you pile it up with your sloppy joe and everybody's gonna love it. Who doesn't love a damn sloppy joe? God almighty, that's good. Make it today. The recipe will be down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click that bell for notifications because my bracelet ain't gonna tell you when the next video is out. This is Betty Jean Baker, the world's least famous drag chef and homemaker. The most important, stay delicious, y'all. Remember, practice safe lunch. Use a condiment.